Good evening, YouTube. I'm Tanner,
And I'm Danielle.
and we are the Caskmates, and we are here to help you learn about whiskey. Tonight, we will be reviewing the Bulleit 10-year bourbon. Danielle?
This is a fantastic bourbon. I don't know yet because I haven't tried it. But it is aged in charred American white oak for at least 10 years. But some of the whiskey may be as old as 12 years. So it says 10 because the last drop of the bottle is 10 years old at the very least, and that is it. Multiple gold award winner at spirit competitions. Same mash bill as the Bulleit Bourbon, but it's aged for 10 years. This is 68% corn, 28% rye, and 4% malted barley. And this bottle is 91.2 proof, 45.6 ABV.
So, if we're thinking about whiskey and we're thinking about what aging does to the qualities of the whiskey, if you think about it, the longer the whiskey sits in the barrel, the more qualities of the actual barrel that it's going to take to the whiskey itself. So this being aged in oak barrels, we would expect some smokiness, an oaky profile in the nose and the flavor of the whiskey. The longer whiskeys are aged, typically the smoother they get. The alcohol goes through a process over the seasons. The barrels will contract and expand with the weather, with the changing conditions outdoors, and the alcohol will age. Again, taking on the characteristics of the barrel, and that'll smoothen out the alcohol. So you'll have more mature notes. You'll have less ethanol or alcohol flavoring, and so the longer a whiskey is aged, typically the better, quote unquote, it is thought to be. So this bottle here, it's the traditional Bulleit bottle. The color is a little more orangish, a little of a light amberish than I'd say the regular Bulleit. And this is the same Bulleit bourbon. It's just aged 10 years. Like Danielle said, it can be there can be whiskey up to 12 years in this bottle or in the bottle that it came from. But by law, you have to put the youngest bourbon on the label. So aged at least 10 years, some of it maybe up to 12. So we are going to open this up.
Make sure you get a good cork pop.
Yes. And here comes my favorite part, the cork pop. Here we go. Here you are.
Thank you.
All right, Danielle, tell us about the nose.
I'm definitely getting oak, first and foremost. A little spicy.
Yeah, definitely getting the oak. And a tip for you guys, if you guys are new to whiskey, when you smell, try it both ways, with your mouth opened and with your mouth closed. Sometimes when you open up your mouth, that allows your nose and your pathway, your respiratory system, I don't know, to kind of let it breathe a little bit.
In like the back of my nose, where where your throat hole meets your nose, I'm getting like black pepper.
Yeah, I'm getting some dryness in this. It's oaky. Maybe there's a little bit of sweetness. I don't know if it's vanilla, maybe caramel. Want to give it a taste?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Spice and smoke.
I think it starts off sweet and then spice kicks in right before the finish begins. It's a little malty on the tongue. Then you get some spice, and then the finish is quite sweet actually. A little much for you, huh?
No, I caught it in the back of my throat.
So this is 45.6% alcohol by volume, 91.2% proof. So you could sip this with an ice cube over a big ice ball. You could cut it with some water if you like. You could always sip it neat. Get some caramel up front. You can definitely taste the rye on the finish. It's a good blend. I mean, it's I don't know if it's, you know, it's aged 10 years. I don't know if you quite taste the difference. I'd have to have this side by side with the Bulleit to see if the aging is worth the cost difference, and if the flavor profiles are that or change that dramatically. Mm-hmm. It's good. It's certainly it's a good bourbon, but aging it 10 years and putting it at the price point that it's at, is it in that upper echelon of higher class bourbons or bourbons of that $40 to $50 price range? I'm not sure.
On the finish, in the very back of my palate, I get what outside tastes like. Like, not dirt. I guess it's the wood from the oak, but like very earth. Like, I'm getting earth tones.
Definitely some woody characteristics in this on the finish and on the nose, really. And I got some bitterness there. Some bitterness in the back of my throat on that one. Yeah, that could be the earth tones, or like a dark, almost not as, a little bit of dark chocolatey, earthy.
I feel like the back of my mouth tastes like a tree, to be honest. But it's not it's not a bad tree. It's just it's the wood, I think.
Yeah. Any last words?
I like it. I like it a lot. I love in a whiskey spice. I love a burn. And this definitely delivers from start to finish, I think. I think the notes come through really well. Again, like you said, I would have to have their flagship side by side with the 10-year to see exactly what the differences are. And what's the retail for this bottle?
This is around $39 to $42.
Okay. I don't think it's bad at that price point.
I think it's a good bourbon. Bulleit is one of my favorite manufacturers, and I think their entry level bourbons and rye are great for new whiskey drinkers. I think they're great for value everyday drinking whiskeys. I don't know if this justifies the price hike, being that it's aged 10 years and it's significantly more expensive. I don't know that it's worth it. It's not a bad bourbon by any stretch of the imagination, but you're judging it against the performance of its entry-level bourbons, which again are great values. They're proven, and they're some of the best-selling whiskeys on the market today. So it's good. I don't know if it's great. If you guys have any questions, comments about this bourbon, or any whiskey suggestions you would like us to try or review, let us know in the comments below. Danielle, any last words?
No, I think that about says it. I like it. It's not great, but I like it. I could sip it.
Thanks, Danielle. And again, we are the Caskmates signing off. We are here to educate you on whiskey. Let us know how we did, and let us know what you guys want to learn. We'll answer your questions. Peace.